What up, it's your boy, the Incredible Man. Yes, I am back at it again, and this is 911 Lone Star, Season 2, Episode 12 review. And oh my gosh, I told you! I told you! Let's get into it, man. Didn't I tell you? I knew it 1,000% that it was the freaking arson investigator the entire time. It was a given. I know these things, man. But I will be 100% and say this. Everything that I saw, like in the very beginning of the episode and everything after Owen got arrested, I honestly thought Billy did it. I'm going to be 100%. In the last episode, I just assumed it was the arson investigator. He seemed suspicious when he was investigating Owen a little bit. But when they played me like because we know that it was a setup. The entire thing, everything that took place was a setup to trick the arson investigator. But them showing like the way that everything took place made me assume that Billy had done it. I mean, I know Billy does some stuff, but like actually framing Owen for like being the arsonist or him actually being arson, I was teetering, man. My mindset was like, it's the arson investigator. But after everything that I saw in this episode, I was like, did Billy do it? Like, did he really do it? I kind of backtracked a little bit, but at the end of the episode, it kind of played out that we saw that Owen, Billy, and Reyes all set this in motion to catch the arson investigator. And Billy was even willing to go as far as to play the bad guy for Judd, you know, just to make sure everything would work perfectly and in order. And I think they handled that very nicely because they even confused me. Going into this episode, I was like, okay, well, the arson investigator did it. The arson investigator did it, but I want to see how they want to set it up and see how he done it, right? But then they started switching everything. Owen getting arrested, Carlos's dad, you know, being the one to arrest him, investigate him, and the arson investigator be there. Billy going to meet with the arson investigator, showing him proof that like Owen broke into the building. And I was like, nah, man, this can't be right. And then really seeing that Owen talking to Judd and everything, and Grace was like, Billy might have done it. And Judd was like, nah, man, like he does some stuff, but I don't think he done that. And then Grace just comes around the corner, was like, I don't think you have a choice. I mean, if he didn't do it, you know, justice will prevail. I mean, if he did do it, justice will prevail. And if he didn't, the truth will prevail as well. So like, and I was thinking to myself, did Billy do this? I mean, I know Billy is, you know, he done some things, but I don't think he would do this. And long story short, we see that that's not the case. They set it all up from the very beginning to get the arson investigator to let his guard down, and he did. And they ended up catching him in the act because he went to kill the so-called witness, and they caught him in the act. Now, with that, we learned that with him being captured, we learned that his wife had died. He's been passed over for promotion after promotion. So that kind of sent him into a slump. So then that's why he started setting fires. Now, he hadn't killed anybody except for that one guy that was like under in a crawl space. And that's the only person that he killed. But still, you know, arson is arson, and that's illegal, and it's a crime. But now he had added murder on top of that. So when they said that they had a witness, he needed to kill that witness, but there was no witness. So when they got him in the interrogation room, and he was like, well, I knew that there was a possibility that you didn't have a witness, but I couldn't take that chance. You know, if it was like one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type situations. So he took the shot, and they caught him in the act. Now they get him in the interrogation room, and he is a little smart, and he was like, okay, well, you guys caught me. But he didn't end it there, man. Like, he soaked himself in like some grounded up flakes or whatever, and then he just spontaneously combusted after he poured the water on his body, and he killed himself. But he left him with a parting gift, which was to kill TK and Carlos and blow up the firehouse. And this episode, oh my gosh, man, I didn't know which way was left or right until like they gave us the whole resolution at the end, towards the end of the episode. But like, when he set that fire off at the firehouse, like, I was worried somebody was going to get caught, but like, everybody got out and escaped in time. But Carlos and TK almost died. I'm going to be 100%. They almost died. Like, the only thing that upset me about this entire episode, I know they didn't know the specifics of the case or anything like that, but if your alarm system was working maybe yesterday, and then all of a sudden it just went out today. Sure, I mean, yeah, your mindset would jump towards the maybe just the alarm system just went out. But dude, if it was working yesterday, then all of a sudden today it ain't doing nothing but just making the beeping sounds and stuff. You don't find that just the least little bit suspicious? And then this man set the whole place ablaze. And Carlos was a little more freaked out than TK was, because we know TK is a former firefighter. So, him running and being in a tough situation like that where he's surrounded by fire is not a new thing to him. But for Carlos, that terrified him, man. Like he was shocked when they were just, once they had finally escaped. And it was nice to see that Billy came in and helped and Judd and everything. And then this whole episode just took a turn. The entire episode took a turn. What the freak happened to Charles? Is it like an aneurysm or a stroke or something? Because he was on the phone with his wife talking. They were having a whole conversation. And then we get to the very ending of the episode. And we see Charles sitting in his chair. And next thing you know, we look over. His whole eye is like gray and like bloodshot. And he's just unresponsive. Oh man, I hope nothing happens to Charles. I don't want nothing to happen to Charles, man. And then we see Tommy just kind of losing her stuff a little bit because she's in shock. But man, I hope nothing happens to Charles, man. I really don't want nothing to happen to Charles. Oh my gosh. But this episode was crazy, man. It was a conclusion of last week's episode. Like, it kind of just wrapped everything up. But this episode was crazy. And I'm hoping that everything is all right with Charles. And I got to say it yet again. I know I say it every episode and every week, but 911 Lone Star is hitting different, man. Oh my God. This is your boy Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash the like button till you can't smash any more. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Peace out. I cannot complain because today, I'm doing my thing.